Next question is for Corbin, directed to you. Why did you vote for deregulation of college tuition? Now it's not affordable for the middle class. What are you going to do to get costs under control?
I think the main reason people voted back in 2003, back when I was a freshman, is because of the healthcare and public ed parts of the budget. Every other part of the budget, there was pressure to go from taxpayer subsidized spending to what I call user pay spending. So whether it was a road, whether it was a college, anything that was not on public ed and human services, there was a tremendous pressure to cut spending. And the way you cut spending on roads is you quit using taxpayer funds to do the roads. You use tolls or something that's a user fee. Same thing with higher ed. Higher ed, there was less money, taxpayer subsidized funds to spread over higher ed, so it was like, let's have people actually using institutions pick up a higher percentage of the thing. Now, nobody obviously thought that the schools were going to jack it up like they jacked it up. And I'll tell you, there's a tremendous pressure right now to re-regulate it. And I'll tell you what, one thing I hate to see is elected officials who don't admit they could have made a mistake or did make a mistake. My pride's not that big. I mean, it has been in the past, but God's shot my pride down pretty hard the last few years serving in the legislature. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I think tuition deregulation was a mistake. And I think that it ought to be re-regulated. I don't know where we let it regulated. I don't know where to set the bar. I have to talk to a whole lot of people in a whole lot of different groups in terms of the colleges, the appropriators, the LBB, the student groups, to find out where do you re-regulate it. Because once you re-regulate tuition, you are putting tremendous pressure to increase spending. And I'm just going to warn you right now that will be the case. So you have to be very careful when you tread into re-regulation.
I've had the honor of being on the alumni board for Sam Houston State of Criminal Justice and be a member of the President's Circle at SAM. My wife and I, since I started my company 9 years ago, have had a scholarship for seniors in criminal justice and to the semester. That's summer, spring, and fall. And let me say that when we first started that 9 years ago, that this deregulation had taken place. And Texas University's gone up 106%. I think A&M 67%. Across the board, the top 35 schools is 43%. We, as a university, when I met with 3 of the regions that are from Sam Houston that are on the Texas regions, I talked to President Jim Gaffner about this. 76% of the young men and women that are at Sam Houston State University are on financial aid. Now, I think that's a misrepresentation. I don't think it's financial aid when 13% are on grants and scholarships and the rest are on loans that mom and dad signed for. I call that debt. And we've got to do something about the fact that our middle class can't afford to send their kids to school. And Sam Houston State over the last 3 years has been the fastest growing university in the state of Texas. And I think I've been there in a position where I can get my finger on the pulse about what we can do with the president and the regents and the folks at Sam Houston. Thank you.